It's Snoo right here on your Classic Metal Show with Pull My Stinger. And just before that, we heard some classic Whitesnake from Come and Get It. Some early Whitesnake with Wine, Women, and Song. That one's for our good friend Nathan in Kentucky.
Old school, man.
Old school Whitesnake, man. It's the snake.
The snake, man.
Exactly. Oh, boy. Well, I tell you what, people are nutty as usual.
Of course.
I don't know if you've seen this or heard this or paid any attention to this at all, but apparently, once again, social media getting people in trouble.
Dun, dun, dun.
What a surprise.
Yeah, shocking news there.
Yeah. Well, the coach of Mississippi State, his name is Mike Leach.
Okay.
He caused one of his players to transfer to a different school because of his tweet.
Because of his tweet?
Because of a tweet, yes.
Oh, so this kid was so offended that he had to get to a new school?
Yes.
Oh, fags.
Anyway, a tweet sent out by Mississippi State coach Leach caused one of his players to transfer.
Okay.
Leach entering his first season at MSU.
What? He apologized?
Apologized.
Sorry, I'm not paying any attention. I'm editing video. Sorry.
That's why I gave you 3 songs.
I know. It took me a minute.
Oh.
I had to get extra coffee. Slowed me down. Sorry.
Anyway, Leach entering his first season at MSU apologized last week for sending out a tweet with an image that depicted a woman knitting a noose for her husband with the caption, "After 2 weeks of quarantine with her husband, Gertrude decided to knit him a scarf."
Well, you know what? I might have to leave this show just for you reading that story because it's so offensive to me. I would like to apologize for the listeners for having to hear Neely read that story.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, because it was real, you know.
Yeah.
And he was so offended he had to leave college?
Well, anything with a noose means you hate black people.
I see.
You know,
is his wife black?
No.
And what black woman in history was named Gertrude?
It wasn't. It was a white woman knitting a noose for her husband because she's about ready to strangle his ass after being quarantined with him for weeks.
Now, if her name was Mabel or Mavis, maybe. But Gertrude? No, that is not a black woman's name.
Yeah. Well, this really has nothing to do with skin color or race or anything at all. It's just the thought of a noose because only black people have ever been hung with nooses. Only black people.
You know, that Saddam Hussein, black man.
Yeah. You know, they didn't hang people back in the 1800s for cattle rustling or, you know, they didn't do any of that kind of stuff.
Never.
That was
only the black man.
Yeah. That wasn't the rule of law for the West. They never hung anybody. I guess you never watched a Clint Eastwood movie.
Well, yeah. Well, this kid didn't. They don't have those. You know, the Westerns they make now are just all politically. Do they even make Westerns anymore?
Think so.
Or can they not even bother?
It's rare to see a Western. I think the last Western that was made that was in it and basically was a remake was True Grit.
Yeah.
That was like 2012 or something, right?
Yeah. And kids didn't watch that. That was definitely grown-up material. You know, those of us that were hardened and weathered to the horrible image of a noose.
Yeah. Well, the other one was Clint Eastwood had a movie or starred in a movie called Hang 'em High.
Can't have that anymore. Cannot have that.
I'm surprised they didn't take that off the shelf because, you know, they used a reference of a noose and Hang 'em High.
Well, now that you mentioned it, you probably got some fucking watch group on their high horse going to find it. get that shit fucking banned now.
So anyway, so he tweeted a haha funny meme where a lady was knitting a noose for her husband because she was sick of his ass.
There it is in the chat room. Looks like Aunt B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Aunt B knitted a noose.
Yeah.
And Opie was horrified and has to leave college.
Yeah.
What a faggot.
Shocked and horrified.
What a faggot. That's too offensive. My teacher scared me with that noose.
Yeah.
How do you call yourself not even a man, but a human being walking into some office and complaining about this?
Well, again, it's this whole stigma that if there's a noose involved, it means I hate black people.
Yeah, but still, how do you file the complaint? How do you go into an office and say, well, this made me very uncomfortable? And even more to the point, how does the principal or the dean or whatever not look at the kid and say, stop being such a pussy and get back to class?
Because you'd be culturally insensitive if you did that.
How does the dean of the school not say, or how does the dean look at him and go, you know, you have a very good point, and we're going to address this right now. We're going to launch a full investigation, and we're going to see how we can correct this problem.
Right.
This is a serious problem here at our college, and we will correct it.
Sure.
Ugh. Awful.
Several MSU players reacted negatively to the tweet, which was sent out Wednesday night and deleted by Leach. Are you sure his name isn't Lynch? I'm going to call him Lynch from now on. His name is Mike Lynch.
Mike Lynch?
Yeah. It was deleted by Lynch on Thursday morning. One of those players was sophomore defensive tackle Fabian Lovett.
Mm-hmm. Fabian Lovett, white guy?
Fabien, Fabian. Wasn't he like a 50s heartthrob, Fabian?
He sang that song. What was that song by Fabian?
I don't. It was Shirley Feeney's favorite song by Fabian.
Was it "Do Me Baby Do 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 Me Good"? Wasn't that Fabian?
I don't recall.
Fabian hits. Had to see what Fabian's hit was. Jesus, I don't know any of these songs. Never mind. Move forward.
All right. Lovett responded simply by saying, "What the fuck?"
Oh, my God. Language. So he can say fuck, but he can't see a lynch, a noose.
He used WTF.
Oh, well.
Like, what the fuck?
What the feathers, Neely?
Yeah.
Let's keep clean here.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, shut the feathers up. Got to keep it soft and nice, like feathers.
Yeah, exactly. He also retweeted Fox analyst Shannon Sharp, who sent out a video with commentary very critical of Lynch.
All right, let's not call Shannon Sharp an analyst quite yet. Let's call him what he is, a dumbass that played tight end. He's not when you think of well thought out knowledge, you don't think of Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is half a step away from being a mongoloid.
Shannon Dull.
Yeah, Shannon Dull, exactly.
Not Sharp, Dull.
Exactly. He is bowling ball sharp. Just no edge to him at all. He's a douche.
Shannon Dull tweeted out this Twitter stuff. It's like, why does it even matter what somebody tweets out in anything? Who cares?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently these guys that are all in these positions at schools just want to be fired, so they just keep posting shit. I mean, look, I do not by any means can think that this is offensive on any level. I think it's just a silly, stupid joke. That said, there's no way an administrator at a school or a teacher at a school cannot know that this will get him fired. There's no way, after this many years and this many people that have been fired, that somebody that works at a school cannot know that this is going to get him fired. So he's the fucking real dummy here, not Fabian. You know, he's the teacher's the dummy. He should have put it up, shown it to his wife, got a good laugh, and fucking deleted it.
Yeah.
Don't even have it on your hard drive.
Well, I can kind of understand why, you know, with people being locked up for a couple of weeks and getting on each other's nerves and thinking, oh, that's kind of a funny thing. You know, she's knitting, but she's actually knitting a noose. And, you know, they're saying that she knitted him a scarf and you know, it's not even racially tinged.
No, it's not.
Not at all. It's just like, yeah, she's getting sick of her significant other, her husband. You know. I think everybody can relate. Everybody who's locked up for weeks with their family, they're probably about ready to, you know, lynch each other.
Clearly that's because you don't know the oppression of the black man, Neely. If you had felt the same oppression that the black man has, you would understand how insensitive that picture is.
Well, apparently Shannon Dahl is going to straighten you out on how insensitive it really is.
All right, let's hear what this fucking idiot has to say.
Given the history of Emmett Till and the lynchings in the state of Mississippi, Mike Lynch, as the head coach of Mississippi State, you seriously thought it would be cool to post a picture that had a noose in it?
Yeah. God forbid you show a picture of a rope.
Lovett shared Lynch's tweet with his father and also spoke with a few MSU coaches. By Friday, Lovett and his father decided it was best for Lovett to leave Mississippi State.
Did they do this by Zoom? I'm just curious.
Lovett's father, Abdul Lovett, explained the decision making to the Clarion Ledger. The father said he questioned Lynch's ability to lead because he says, whatever, whenever.
Yeah, so?
I don't feel comfortable with my son being down there with a guy like that from a leadership standpoint.
Well, where did he transfer to? Ferry University?
Probably.
You know, fucking powder puff you? Jesus Christ.
That you can just throw anything out there, Abdul told the Clarion Ledger on Saturday. I feel if he can do it, the kids are going to feel like they can do it.
Yeah, good. They should feel like they can say something or show a dumb picture as a meme. You fucking retard. They should absolutely be able to tell a joke. You dickhead. Lord knows this guy wasn't actually... Look, and I'm not defending this guy. Like I said before, he was way too stupid to actually be putting this... You know, by putting this out there, he was way too stupid. But that being said, it's not like he was like, hey, guys, let's gather up a posse and choke out Fabian and hang him by a tree. That's not what he was doing. He made a dumb joke about strangling his wife. Who can't get behind that? I mean, I don't mean that, but...
Lynch, who has run into issues based on his Twitter activity in the past, said his apology that he regretted if his choice of images were found
offensive.
Exactly. And that he had no intention of offending anyone.
I just wanted to offend my wife.
Yeah.
Hey. Boy, how do you bring that argument home? Honey, I got fired. Why? Because I made a joke about killing you that went too far.
Well, actually, it was the other way around. The woman was knitting the Lynch to lynch her husband.
Oh, well, in that case, then that's acceptable.
Yeah. It's just like the whole Spinal Tap argument. You know, if you have a woman on a leash, that's sexist. But if the woman has a guy on a leash, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
Everybody with their fucking stances about everything. I'm done with everybody.
Abdul Lovett questioned the sincerity of Lynch's apology and said the coach has not addressed the team about his tweet.
Yeah, because he doesn't mean it. He's doing the standard. He's doing the standard apology, trying not to get fired, but yet is fired. So fired. There's no meaning. He doesn't really mean it. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. Because he didn't. He didn't do anything wrong, you fucking jizz knockers. Good God.
Per the clear... Go ahead.
He posted something I didn't like. Therefore, he should be fired and killed. Just stop it.
Per the Clarion Ledger, he also said a noose carries negative connotation for many black people in America.
Oh, please. You know what, black people? Grow up. I'm just going to say it the way it is. You know, I have friends that are black, and if they saw this, they would not be like, oh, my God, they should fire him. They'd be like, what a fucking ass. And that would be it. Moving on. It's these fucking children.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know, I can't imagine somebody seeing that meme given what's going on today with people being, you know, stay at home and getting on each other's nerves and, you know, and go, I bet you that coach hates black people.
Shh. Coach is a racist. Look at the meme he put up there.
Exactly.
Look at that.
I wonder if that lady's husband is black.
I'll bet he is.
That's why she's knitting a noose, because that's the only suitable method of death for a black man.
Aunt B was a leader in the Klan. I know it.
One of the Mississippi State coaches sent Lynch's number to Abdul Levitt so the two could talk about it, but the father didn't want to reach out to Lynch. If he was sincere about it, he should at least call me instead of it being the other way around, he said of Lynch. At least text my number if you can't call me. He hasn't called, unlike these other coaches who are trying to recruit.
He owes you a call?
Yeah, he owes him a call.
Fuck you.
Because his son was offended.
Fuck you. Here, there's my message to your son. Fuck you and fuck your son. And I won't be calling you either, cocksucker.
Good riddance. Your son was probably going to be a problem on my team anyway.
Your son was going to consider himself unable to play because he got a bruise. Yeah. Shut up! With your fucking wrapped in bubble wrap son, you faggot. Jesus Christ.
We don't need any Antonio Brown drama on my team. Good riddance.
Just beat it.
Lynch, currently quarantined in Key West, was hired by Mississippi State in January after the school fired Joe Moorhead. Before getting his SEC opportunity, Lynch spent 10 seasons as head coach at Texas Tech and another 8 at the Washington State.
Clearly spreading his racism everywhere he went.
Everywhere he went.
That's right.
Levitt totaled 19 tackles in 11 games in 2019. He appeared in 2 games and took a red shirt in 2018 for his first season on campus.
Wow. Great. So he averaged 1.5 tackles a game.
Mm-hmm.
He's a keeper.
During his time at Washington State, Lynch controversially tweeted out a doctored video of President Barack Obama. The video was edited to make it appear like Obama was saying things much differently than he was actually saying during a 2014 speech.
Well, you know, I guess if that's the standard we're going to go by, then we're going to be offended by every fucking story CNN does. Because they certainly doctor the shit out of President Trump. Every story he says that they run is doctored. So I love how everything is bent to meet a certain point.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that bad lip reading video on YouTube that they put up every so often, I guess that needs to be pulled down because obviously whatever it is that they're lip reading is not exactly what the subject of the video is actually saying.
That's right. So take it down immediately. Let's stop trying to be funny. on all levels. No more comedy. Please, no more comedy.
Leach eventually deleted the video after arguing back and forth with several Twitter users. Who's got this kind of time, Chris Hagan?
Not me.
You used to.
I fucking outgrew it.
Lynch eventually deleted the video after arguing back and forth with several Twitter users who replied to him. He later said he was not particularly sorry about sending out the misleading video. The misleading video.
Well, good.
Washington State later claimed the situation cost the university $1.6 million in pledge donations. In February, Lynch sent out and later deleted tweets critical of Senator Mitt Romney, the only Republican senator to vote against President Donald Trump in his impeachment trial. Lynch is a vocal Trump supporter and a racist, a bigot, a homophobe, xenophobe. What else? What else has he got to be?
Part-time host of the classic metal show.
So there you are. Of course, they have to make that part of the story, right? Of course, he tweeted out a picture of a noose in one of his tweets. He's a Trump supporter.
And in other news, starting next week, I will no longer be on the show, being replaced by Coach Lynch.
Oh my God. So there you are. Some overdramatic bitches.
Yeah. That football team's going to go far with the toughness that they're showing.
Right.
Bravo.
Everybody's a faggot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why is that?
Because it's easy.
Is it easy? We used to beat guys like that up in high school.
Yeah, but that was then. This is now. In today's world, being a faggot is where it's at. Right. Being tough is the hard thing.
I guess.
Being strong and being tough, holding to your convictions and never giving in, that's fucking strong now. Or that's hardship now. That's too hard to do. So much easier to just be offended by everything and be part of the collective.
Right.
Because everybody's got your back. You don't have to fight for your opinion or your point. It is easier now. It's way easier to be a faggot these days.
Oh my God.
And it's accepted. All the insults from our day are null and void. You can't say, back in our day we could say, yeah, you're probably taking a dick in the ass, and people are like, fuck you, man, let's go.
Right.
Now it's like, yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with a dick in the ass, if that's what you're into. As long as you say if that's what you're into behind it, it's not an insult.
Right, of course.
So now everybody can get behind that, figuratively and literally. It is.
Stupid. People are stupid. Speaking of stupid people, hail and kill, caller, you're on the air.
How appropriate. What's up, guys? It's John.
Hey, John.
Yeah, this social media thing is fucked, man. I'm totally with you on this, Neely. It's like, the problem is these fucking young kids, they think that social media is the real world anymore. It's like it provides them a fucking false safe space, because if somebody says something they don't like, they can block them or mute them. It's fucking ridiculous. I actually was in a fucking conversation last weekend with somebody because somebody tweeted out it was something about landlords are parasites and it's bullshit, if they're charging rent, and they shouldn't charge rent at all. They shouldn't own property. It's not fair. Like, other people should get the property. I mean, it was fucking ridiculous.
Was this a Bernie supporter?
I don't know, but I mean, and I'm not making this up. Like, I'm not trying to just like pile on here, but the people that were responding, siding with this person, if you click on their profiles, of course, they have their pronouns in their description of themselves. They're fucking, 22 years old, 23 years old, fucking, all this, anti-Trump shit on their page, so they probably were a Bernie supporter. But, they want something for fucking free, and they were all pissed off because I was like, fuck you. If you want a house, go buy one. Just because you can't save up the money because you're fucking lazy and want a handout, And then, of course, people are reporting me and people trying to block me and shit like that because I said something they don't like.
Reporting you? Who are they reporting you to the upper management?
Facebook police.
Yeah, I mean, people. Yeah, I was told that because I called someone a pussy that was hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that it could affect somebody's mental health. And I was like, if you have, because you get called a pussy, you got way bigger fucking problems than Twitter. Okay, like. That's just fucked up. But I mean, these kids honestly think it's real life. It's reality. I mean, it's crazy. And they say shit online they would never say to somebody's face because there's no consequences, and they think that's how the real world's supposed to work. So then when the thing that gets me is how is it? I know I'm a little bit younger than you guys, but I mean, Aiken, like you have kids. We were not raised this way. How are these fucking parents that are basically our age turning these kids into mush-headed pussies, man? I don't understand.
It's simple. It's simple because, and it's really more my age than yours, because, like, you're what, 8 years younger than me or something? Something like, you're what, 44?
Yeah, I'm 44.
Yeah, and I'm 51, so whatever that math is, 7, I guess. But, is that 7? Never mind. I'm terrible at math. My generation, and I watched it with all of my kids' parents. Not everyone, but 9 of every 10 of them wanted to be their kid's friend. Didn't fucking step in and be the parent. Would never step in and say, hey, knock it off, fuckhead. You're being a douche. None of them would say that. It was always like, well, let's have a discussion and let's talk about what you did wrong so that we can make sure that everybody's happy. That was always the solution. The solution, even when you would go and deal with the school solution was, what can we do to make everyone happy? Well, you know what? Sometimes everyone's not happy. Sometimes someone is the asshole and someone is right. And that's the way it's supposed to be. But this whole generation for the last 20, 25 years has been raised not to being right or wrong, but to being non-offensive to anybody. And that's bullshit because because their parents never busted their ass. Their parents, I mean, I didn't hit my kids, but my kids, I could tell you, and you know this, John, my kids would have loved for me to just fucking whack them once or twice and be done with it, instead of me giving them 12 hours of fucking digging in the backyard, or shoveling the driveway with a spoon, or fucking some of the ridiculous punishments that I gave them. They would have much rather me just crack them once. But what it worked out to was my kids knew if they fucked up and I got wind of it, it was going to be long punishment that was going to suck 25 dicks. And they didn't want nothing to do with it. And that's how I ended up with good kids. My kids I've never had an arrest. I've never had a drug issue. I've never had to go and pick one up stumbling out of a bar, nothing. And that's why, because I raised them to not be shitheads.
Yeah, I mean, Steph did the same thing. Like, she tells the story all the time that, her kids had chores. Like, one of them was taking out the trash. And if they didn't take out the trash, she grabbed the trash container, dumped it all over the floor, and pointed at him and said, now pick it the fuck up. Now take the trash out. And it's I mean, you mentioned, like, they want to be friends with their kids instead of the parent. Like, I think you can do both, and, I'm using Steph as an example again, but I mean, you know her. She's a great mother, and she is friends with her kids. But Dominic and Drew, I mean, they're good fucking kids, and they're responsible, and they handle their shit.
You can be friends with them to a point, but obviously once they get older, then it's fine. But, when they're 10 years old or whatever, you can go and play fucking Monopoly with them at the table. But the minute you catch them cheating, that's when you got to fucking flip that board over and make them fucking stand holding a piece of paper up on a wall by their nose for 12 hours until their fucking knees buckle. That's how you got to fucking deal with it. You can. Yeah, even now, I mean, I'm really good friends with my kids, and I tell you what, there's a certain tone I can throw that will make them just stop what they're doing and do what I want, and they're grown-ups, but they just know, there's dad, and there's, the guy that doesn't fuck with them too much, and there's a big difference.
the crazy thing is if you extrapolate this out, if you think about what fucking pussies these millennial kids are, what the fuck are their kids going to be like? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
thank God we'll be dead.
I mean, the world's going to cannibalize it. Yeah, right.
No,
I mean, the world's going to fucking cannibalize itself.
They'll just be a ward of the one world government.
Yeah. Did you see the man in the high castle? That's what they'll be. Citizens of the German state of fucking San Francisco.
Oh, but we can't have government because government's unfair. Government is unfair.
Well, good. I mean, they go live in a commune.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, and even, these kids on social media and shit, it's like I actually have seen people, on Facebook bitching about the fucking government and fuck the government and fuck taxes, fuck this, it's unfair. And now they're on there bitching, well, when am I getting my stimulus check? I'm like, oh, now you're okay with the fucking government. I get it. Okay, that works.
Well,
fucking,
when it suits me, fine, but when it doesn't suit me, no, it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, this coronavirus shit is like, it's fucking exposing people for being just fucking complete and utter fucking dingbat shitheads. I mean, fuck them. Seriously. And, like this Mike Leach story. I mean, it's fucking crazy.
It's Mike Lynch to you, pal.
Sorry. Got to make it racist, because everything's racist, like you said. I mean, what the fuck? And the dad, like, oh, you better call me. What the fuck for? Why do I gotta fucking call you? I mean, he didn't do anything offensive. And let's be completely honest, this dad's a fucking moron if he thinks the guy's gonna call him. It's like, fuck your kid. I have like hundreds of other kids that want to come play football for me, and I'm in the business of fucking winning football games. I'm not in the business of sucking your fucking pussy son's dick. Up yours, dude. So, I don't know. I fucking hate social media, and I'm completely with you, Neely. Like, I mean, it's.
I saw this years ago, John. I saw it years ago.
Honestly, if I didn't need it for like the band and the couple podcasts that I do, I would delete my accounts. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, just today, a small thing, and then I'll jump off here. But I saw somebody. I mean, the way people talk to each other is fucking. Of course, it was a Trump discussion because God forbid you go on Facebook and hear anything else. And this guy's fucking slamming people, and he's like, "See, you guys are all fucking idiots because all you can do is throw around insults," and then proceeds to start insulting the shit out of everybody. I'm like, "Fucktard! You can't fucking rip on somebody for insulting people and then insult people. Like, what is wrong with you? I mean, people don't even fucking think. It's like, Jesus Christ." And again, people would never be caught dead saying this shit to people in person. I mean, they wouldn't. They would never say it to somebody's face because in the real world, there's fucking consequences. You fucking say the shit you say online to somebody out in the real world, you're going to get your ass knocked out. I mean, what the fuck? So, I don't know. But anyway, my manager's calling, so hail and kill, fuck you, pal. Hey, John!
You can see this got John all fired up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, since we're on the subject of hate speech...
All right.
This one's going to just put you over the edge. We're only 2 hours into the show, and you'll be done after this.
All right. Well, good, because I want to go early.
This will just put your blood pressure at its all-time high. It'll be peaking by the end of this story.
It's going to be 8 or 10?
As citizens need 911 more than ever, a police chief says... use it to report hate speech.
Ugh, are you shitting me? The police chief wants his 911 to be wasted for somebody saying something
mean,
hateful. A meme?
No, mean.
Oh, dear God! Please do not say Twinsburg police chief. Or I'm done. I'm gonna fucking leave here and go crash my car into the police station.
Hate speech to crash your car to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Go ahead.
Judging by the way Seattle Police Chief Carmen Best just encouraged citizens to use the 911 emergency system to report name-calling.
Name-calling.
You think the state of Washington is untouched by the coronavirus pandemic. The situation is quite contrary, however, as the state had nearly 8,000 confirmed cases of the COVID and 343 deaths as of Monday. As incredible as it sounds, in the face of such a crisis, Best is urging victims of supposed hate to use 911 emergency calling system to report that their feelings have been hurt.
911, what's your emergency? Yeah, my father had a heart attack. But did he call you a name? No, but he's dying. Can you call back later? This is reserved for...
Can you call back later? I got a millennial on the other line who said that some guy over in Wadsworth, Ohio, just called him a faggot on a message board somewhere.
911, what's your emergency? My neighbor called me an asshole. We're SWAT. Are you fucking shitting me?
Nope.
Not even call the regular... Look, I think this whole thing is ridiculous, and it's not shocking that it comes from Seattle, but dear God, he wants the 911 to be used, not
311.
Not even the regular, the whatever, the 555-1212 or whatever the local non-emergency number
I think it's 311.
Is that it?
I think that's the non-emergency police, 311.
What a dick this police chief is. And of course, there's no city councilor or something making this fucking asshole step down for making his citizens less safe because 911 is going to be polluted with, husband that called his wife a whore. I mean, holy shit, where's the line on this?
Well, the line is 911.
Good point. Good point. I mean, what can you get away with? Can you call your wife fat?
Well, whatever is deemed hate speech.
Well, I mean, she would hate that. Do I look fat in these clothes? Yes. 911!
Yeah.
911! God. We are doomed. Why does anybody want to live through the coronavirus? Can't we just mix this shit up with anthrax and give it any other chemicals we have and just all die? Come on. Can't we all just die? It's time.
All right, Jim Jones.
I know exactly. You know what? I've got some Kool-Aid here. Somebody bring over the cyanide. Let's go. This is getting ridiculous. Are you sure this isn't from the World News Daily?
It is not.
This sounds an awful lot like a fucking... This is so bullshit. It's staggering that it probably is true. Dear God.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Jason Longer from that pussy city of Seattle.
What's up, Jason? And don't play any records or I'm going to never take your call ever again. What's on your mind?
No, I'm not going to play any records. But I do have some good news. I got promoted to liquor clerk at Safeway.
Liquor clerk? Does it come with free samples?
I wish.
Okay. Anything else?
So
is your future as a cake decorator off the table now?
Definitely.
So you kind of passed up the head cashier job to be the liquor, what is it, the liquor supervisor or whatever, the liquor clerk?
It's just a liquor clerk. You just put up the liquor. You just put in paper and just add what they need for liquor. Because over at Safeway they have a lot of Vitellis are on sale. They're just selling like mad.
Is that a full-time gig, liquor clerk?
I don't know if it's a full-time gig, but since I'm under SSD, I only work part-time. So part of the time I help out my mom and dad, and part of the time I did make my own ends meet.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a job for Chris if he's ever unemployed from Aiken IT. If the upper echelon fires him, he could become the new liquor clerk at his local grocery store.
No, I'd love to work for him.
No, couldn't.
All right, Jason. Is that it?
Man. Hail and kill. Yep. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal, and fuck all these millennial pussies.
All right. There goes Jason.
Thanks so much for that informative phone call. That was right on topic.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Washington State.
Wait a minute. We're taking another call. Somebody else got a job at the bakery.
Washington State is no place for hate, the police chief wrote in her March 31st tweet. In a show of solidarity, Lori Mascua joined me to remind everyone that hate has no place in our community. Report hate, including racist name-calling, to 911. We are here to help and will respond to and investigate.
I'd just like to stop you for 1 minute, Neely, to report that this listener, Bill, got a job stocking the shelves with toilet paper at the local Walmart. He'll be calling in the next break.
Right.
Just thought I'd share that with you.
All right, excellent.
Jeez.
The title card of the tweeted video clip is labeled Chief's Brief COVID-19 Response, making it clear that this is unmistakably part of how she and her department are dealing with the pandemic. After being introduced by Best TV reporter Lori blah, 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 said, hate crimes have no place in our community. We're better than that. If you're...
Neely, this story is enthralling and all, but PC made a note in the chat room that he had pork chops for dinner tonight. I wanted to share that.
All right.
So, congratulations, PC. If you would, PC, call in and let us know how they were cooked and if they tasted good.
Right. Let us know how they were seasoned.
Yeah, we need to know.
If you were a victim of a hate crime or hate-based harassment, please call 911.
Okay. This is the dumbest story you've ever read, ever. Call 911 because somebody called me a name.
Yeah.
What are they going to do, even if they did?
I don't know. I think that there are some states that actually are passing legislation about prosecuting people for quote-unquote hate crimes.
You'd have to show me that. You'd have to show me where that outranks free speech.
Well, again,
free speech.
It's like under harassment or assault. Right. I don't know, man. It's just how things are becoming.
Skippy, yes, you can absolutely call in to get your horoscope read. Absolutely. We're taking every other fucking dumb phone call tonight. Why not?
Right. See that, John? Chris thinks your phone call was dumb, and he's your friend.
Not John, Jason.
You
say who? It was Jason.
Oh, just the one dumb phone call.
Yeah. John at least was on point with what we were talking about.
I agree, but you said every other dumb phone call.
Yeah. So we're talking about hate speech, and hey, by the way, I got promoted to liquor clerk.
Liquor clerk.
Yeah, fantastic. Way to go. Keep working. You might get all the way up to greeter. You might be the guy that changes the paper in the self checkout at some point.
No, he changes the paper towel roll in the men's room.
Yeah. Graduate all the way up to mopper.
Jizz mopper.
Jizz mopper.
At the nudie boots. Best further comments that even if you aren't sure whether you've been a victim, call anyway so the police officers can be sent to investigate.
Yeah, so we can get it on file.
Right.
This guy called his wife a cunt.
Yes, and she was offended by that.
Yeah, let's log that.
Hail and kill, caller. What dumb thing do you have to say?
Well, hey, it's your sportscasting friend with no sports to cover down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
What's happening down there? Your calls are usually pretty good, so what's on your mind?
Well, I hope to do better than who was the guy last week? Spaghetti Eddie?
Yeah, Spaghetti Eddie, yeah.
Called?
Just calling up to say, hey, what's up?
I don't want to do that kind of performance on you guys. So.
And did you get promoted to liquor clerk? Or head cake decorator? No? How about head box boy?
Cake decorator. That's definitely. That's like the guy who's packing fudge at work. You know, Donnie didn't want anyone to know what he did for a living.
Packing fudge, huh?
Right. A cake decorator. That's not something you want to tell your buddies to do when you're drinking beer. But I can tell you the one thing the coronavirus has definitely exposed, and I can tell you working at a TV station, is the adult tattletales out there who load up your email box with, I was driving down the road and 6 people were hanging out, standing way too close to one another. And the funniest one I got was somebody reported price gouging at the local Jack in the Box, that the items that were normally $5 were now $7. That was that kind of took the cake. I don't know what you guys are getting up there, but that's what's going on down here.
Well, since your chief job description is sports caster, are you still gainfully employed? Since there's really no sporting events going on, or are you reassigned to do other things, or what are you doing?
Well, Neely, the first couple of weeks, what we did is that LSU won the national championship in football, and so that was kind of low-hanging fruit. We just decided to relive the season. So each day was one of their games, and then we did a few other things, and so we've been doing that. And then, but then after that, it's we got the NFL draft coming up, which is going to be very, weird the way they do that this year. But it's funny when people say, well, what are you doing? There's no sports going on. My answer is, well, what is going on right now? It's just, no matter what kind of industry you work in, it's just, when everyone's told to stay at home and do nothing, it's just kind of, it's really just weird, obviously.
Well, you could be like Chris's local sports radio and listen to them complain about how difficult the technology is to broadcast from home, right, Chris?
That's right.
Well, look, I'm a couple of weeks late on it, but I just the Tiger King thing. So I heard you guys talking about it. One of my favorite bits you guys ever did was the Eddie Money interview with the 12-year-old girl when he was highly inappropriate.
Yep, that was a good one.
Talking about how who wouldn't want to take somebody home tonight to a 12-year-old girl, and how his daughter is fat and needs to get in the gym and is,
on
hooking
drugs
up with some guy.
Yeah.
But I thought that was inappropriate until I saw Joe Exotic give his eulogy to his dead husband in Tiger King. That took the cake when, he's talking about, I'm sitting there on the computer and he just come rub his balls in my face. He took his balls out while the guy's mother is sitting there on the front row at the funeral. I mean, that was that was something for sure. So, and I agree with you. Most of the people on the show were disliked or were very unlikable people that you would hate. I think the one person that I didn't think was hateable, but was just kind of brainwashed, was the girl who had her arm yanked off by the tiger. And, I would say, I work in the media, so I definitely know that we can push some things up sometimes and, stir the pot, so to speak. But when she said the media blew this out of proportion and made it out to be some nightmare, I'm like, it is a nightmare. You got your arm ripped off by a freaking tiger, So anyway, apparently they're going to put out one more episode tomorrow that you can enjoy. So I guess they've got 7 or 8 episodes of this stuff. So if you got nothing to do tomorrow, you can watch Tiger King, the last episode. So.
All right. Sounds great.
Neely, one more thing randomly. I don't like your first wife. I never met her or anything, but I've heard your story.
It was the first and only. So, yeah.
I heard the story where you said that you had gotten off of work and done all this stuff for her for Christmas that one year.
Yeah.
And you stayed at her house or her.
Yeah, we went to her parents' house for Christmas. Yeah, a couple days ahead.
Yeah, like you stayed there 3 days, and then you hit your family on the way back, and she was there like 1 hour and said, "Hey, when are we getting out of here?
Yeah, exactly.
Where are we going?"
Exactly.
Well, anyway, when that's the one good thing about Easter tomorrow. When people, I guess I won't be getting together with some of my family, and they won't have to like bust my chops about why I'm not married. I'll have that story that I could break out sometime for you. So, you guys keep up the good work. We need something to get by. So.
All right. Well, it's a good thing we have Jason on the show.
Is Jason the guy who called in before me?
Yeah, he's the alcohol clerk.
Was that the summary of the phone call? He just called in and told you guys that? Yeah, he got promoted.
Yeah, he got promoted from stock boy to alcohol clerk or liquor clerk.
Well, I mean, you guys got to feel good that he wanted your nod of approval on that.
Well,
he wanted your.
We are pretty much everybody's hero, so we'll let you go.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Have a good one.
Hail and Kel. All right, there you go. Another media guy.
There it is.
Finds us funny.
Someone has to.
I know. I like how he has a whole litany of things he likes about the show, anywhere from Eddie Money to hating my wife to the Tiger King to he had his whole agenda there. It's been a while since I called, so here's my list of things I've been meaning to talk about for the last couple of months.
I'm going to go bullet point by bullet point and go through some things with you.
Here's what I like about the show.
Have a corporate meeting here. Fire up your Zoom and let's get busy with the meeting.
Now, next time you guys have a show planning meeting, do you mind if I sit in?
Yeah.
Because I got a few ideas myself,
I'll be the center square in your Zoom conference.
Can I be a part of the gang?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of being part of the gang,
all right,
and since we're all over the place and this segment's almost over anyway, we do have another cyber chat on Wednesday prior to Kendall's show.
Yes, we do.
Tell us a little bit about that there, technical guru.
Well, we're going to do kind of what we did last time. It's going to be wide open forum. It's on Wednesday from 7 to 9. The link is on all the socials, the Facebook, Twitter. It'll be on Gab and Minds and all that other shit on day of. And it's real simple. You just click the link and it fires up and you're in. I mean, it's pretty damn easy to get in. And as promised, I've actually written down a couple of things so that we can have, some actual topics this time. So it won't just be as random as it was last time. We'll try and organize a little bit so that we can get right to things instead of having 30 minutes of a, hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good.
What's going on at your place?
Yeah. Are you guys locked in too? Yeah, so are we. That first half hour was a little tough.
Yeah, well, we didn't even know what to expect, to be honest with you.
But this time I'll have some topics that everybody can get in. And I have an expectation of everybody, yourself included, sir. Everybody needs to have drinks with them.
Oh, that's not a problem.
Not saying it has to be alcohol, but it should be. And everybody should be drinking a little bit to loosen it up so that everybody can participate just a little bit easier. With the exception of Sal, who needs to learn how to mute his microphone.
All right. Well, that happens Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
So adjust your clocks accordingly, depending on where in the world you are, so you can participate.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to make it more like a hanging out at the bar type of a scenario this time.
Right. And since we kind of know that it works and we, at least we got to try it out once, as Chris mentioned, we'll make it a little more orderly with topics and kind of keep things moving along. So, again, it's only a 2-hour chit-chat prior to Kendall's show. And then after that, then you get some good rockin' tunes with our own Kendall.
Smoking tunes.
Smoke? No, that's gone. Gone.
Kendall can have it. She can bring it back.
She's bringing it back. Smoking tunes.
Smoking tunes. You were talking about the censorship and about the fuckbook and social media.
Yes.
I was to tell you this today. Do you know I was posting some of the stuff that we sell over to the Facebook store.
Okay.
You can sell shit on Facebook.
All right.
And I was putting it there so that, if people don't go to the website, they can still buy the stuff, whether it's the shirts or the hats or my books or whatever the fuck. Do you know that we got 2 items censored that rejected for violating Facebook policy on the store? They rejected the hat because they found the hat to be offensive.
Why? There's nothing on the hat except their little logo.
No, they didn't say. Just said that they found it to be adult in nature and rejected, and therefore I had to file an appeal to sell the hat. And then the other thing that they found offensive was the baby doll T-shirts, the baby doll shirts, because the only reason I could think of is because the picture is it's that picture of Stephanie with the baby doll on, and the picture, the name is just tits.jpg, and I'm thinking, because I even changed the wording of it so it didn't say don't be a flatso and make your tits stand out like these or whatever it says on our website. I changed it to say, hey, you can be supporting the show and whatever, and but the picture is tits.jpg, and immediately it got rejected.
All right. Well, that I guess I can say, okay, I can kind of understand, but what about the hat?
Yeah, the hat makes no... Meanwhile, I could sell my and other things I should not say book, which is absolutely filth. I could sell that, no problem there. But, that hat, very offensive.
That's bizarre. That is really bizarre.
Facebook is stupid.
Yeah. Social media blows.
I wish people would get off it so that we could get off it. They do.
So stupid.
It is. But the rest of the items are there. And, I probably need you to do a T-shirt count because I just put 2 of everything, every size up, which I know is probably not right, but
right.
I figured for now it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the real numbers and I can adjust it later.
Sure.
So.
All right.
Anyway, it's available on Facebook, everybody. Run there, buy the gear. Once you get that stimulus money, buy one of everything.
Exactly.
Waste your money. Don't pay your rent. Buy CMS gear.
Exactly. Buy one of those new gadgets that Chris is always buying for his house.
Yes, of course. Buy the new Apple TV with 4K streaming. You need that.
Exactly. All right. Well, should we take a break?
I'm in.
All right. What would you like to hear?
All right. I'm going to go back to the music. I've been on this metal mythos kick. I've been watching our good friend Razor Fist this week.
Okay.
And he did a fantastic job on Judas Priest's latest release, Firepower.
Okay.
Again, he reminded me of songs that I just kind of heard once and forgot.
Right.
And I went back and listened to yesterday twice and was like, fuck, is this a good album? So I would like to hear the song Scepter from Firepower.
Okay.
Because that just kills.
Yep. Well, Razor Fist does a great job. You can go over to YouTube, just look it up as Metal Mythos. Mm-hmm. He's got a whole series over there. He's done a lot of different bands.
Yeah.
And, he's funny. And, he's definitely a metalhead, and he knows his shit. He's a fan of this show. He's used numerous clips from our show on various Metal Mythos.
Yep.
Something we may have been interviewing somebody of the subject material or made some kind of comment or something, and he'll lift our audio and maybe insert it into those things. But that's cool with us.
Yeah, it's fine with us, and they're funny.
Yeah.
He does a great job.
He does a great job. All right. Well, we're going to play some Judas Priest. Which one was it again?
Scepter.
All right. All right, we're going to play a few tunes. We'll be back. We'll do some more stuff. So here it is. It's Judas Priest exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the metal god from Judas Priest, on the one, the only, the classic metal show.